Alright guys, we're in Walmart right now, and I'm going to be telling you guys the top 5 bluegill baits you can get at Walmart. Starting with number 5, which is the lowest one, a rooster tail. So mostly on this list, it's going to be like baits that are like actually bait, but a rooster tail, I would actually call a lure. So a little bit different, but it's one of these right here, a little inline spinner thing. I think they got some other ones down here we can pick up. You can also come in here for $1 and get one, so it's pretty simple.
Does it matter on the color preference, or?
For bluegill? No, bluegill are not that smart, they're not that picky. The one good thing about this is if you're in a spot where you kind of just want to cast, you want to be more active, you can use this. You can catch big bluegill, you can also catch bass and catfish and other random stuff like that. This is a lot more active than anything else on the list, but for number 5, it's pretty good. It's a good little lure. But now, on to number 4. And it's different than what you're probably expecting, but it's actually not going to be in the fishing section at all. It's actually corn, canned corn. All right, and the next one, we're looking for corn. It ain't in this aisle. All right, we keep looking. We're going with a very simple, actually the sweet corn, not so much. We want the whole kernel corn because that kind of stays on better. Once again, we're looking for the smallest number at the bottom, unless you don't have a can opener, and then you might pay a little bit more and get one that has a little pull tab on top. I really don't even know if they make them with pull tabs on the top. Here's one that costs twice as much and you still need a can opener. Anyways, sounds simple, sounds crazy, but just whole corn, it's a really good bait. And you can even chum it too, because you get so much for so cheap. You can just throw some out and tease the fish pretty much. What do you think, Dan? Is that cheap enough?
It's cheap and cheerful.
Yeah. Only downside to this one though, once you open it, it's eventually gonna go bad. But it'll stay on the shelf forever until you do finally open it. Now that's a super simple bait and really good, but now on to number 3, it's something that doesn't mess up like corn does, like it can't really go bad over time. And it works pretty similarly too. It's actually down here on the bottom for this Walmart. I'm gonna call it the dots, okay? I like pink dots because they stand out really good. They also make yellow dots. They also make white dots. And on Walmart and Amazon, different Walmarts have different colors. They're cheap, man. They're not cheap. They're actually one of the most expensive ones, but you get a lot of dots. You put them on the hook, they're super small. The fish absolutely eat them up sometimes. They're not the best bait, but what I like about these, pros and cons, dude, they don't die. They can't run away from you. They don't smell bad. It's literally Play-Doh that fish eat. Pretty great. I always have some of these with me because if I don't want to go out and buy worms or I don't want to go get bread randomly, these are always a good option because they're always there. You ain't got to feed them. You ain't got to keep them alive. You just throw them around, they're there. Really good bait. And bluegill actually really like them. And they're small enough that they're perfectly bite-sized. But now on to number 2. The number 2 best bait in Walmart. And it is once again not even in the fishing section. And I believe, besides the corn, this is by far the cheapest. It's bread. Now with bread, I usually go with a really simple way to pick which one, because there's a lot of options. I simply go with the one that has the lowest number below it. So this one has the lowest number. It's 142. That's probably gonna be the one I'm picking. Boom. Fish don't care. And another quick tip, it don't have to be normal bread either. If you have some old hot dog buns or hamburger buns, run them too, okay? They'll eat anything, I don't know why, but they usually don't eat wheat bread. I don't know why, but I've had a lot less luck on wheat bread. I don't really think they into all that health stuff. So there you go, bread. Actually, low-key, this is one of my favorite things. Just like the corn, it's cheap enough that you can chum the water. You can just take little pieces and throw in, get the bluegill used to it, and then you throw it in with a hook and you catch him. But now to number 1, the number 1 best bluegill bait in all of Walmart, and it is over here in the fishing section. It's also the hardest to keep alive, and it's the stinkiest, and a lot of things can go wrong with it, but it is the best, and it is some kind of worms. Nothing crazy, and they got a lot of different options. These are night crawlers, or no, those are night crawlers, those are red worms, those are leeches. Them ain't leeches, them's little mealworms. There's more night crawlers, night crawlers, night crawlers. They're all kind of worms. Let me show you. Oh yeah, and they also have these random worms that don't need refrigerated. I don't know what kind of genetically modified steroids those are on. I would probably just stick with the ones that are refrigerated. It feels more natural. I don't know. Let's pull some out though. I think these are gonna be normal red worms. We'll show you the difference. 20 red worms. And these are actually $2. That ain't bad. For 20 of them, that ain't bad at all. You're gonna open it up. They're probably gonna be on the bottom. You can see them starting moving and stuff. Here's a red worm, boys. It's nice and small. That's actually probably the best. That is by far the best bait in Walmart. What you don't want to do is put too much on the hook. That one's pretty alright size. I'd even cut it in half, and they'll still wiggle in half. This one right here, I just cut it in half. You don't want too much bait on the hook because their mouths are pretty small, and you want them to bite the hook when they bite. Now there's that, the red worms. Here's night crawlers. I would say red worm's number one if you're going for bluegill, because a night crawler you're about to see, they're a whole lot bigger, and so you got to cut them up more. Cutting up worms, unless you're just digging it, ain't that fun, because they stink, they smell, they're nasty. But boom, number one bait in all of Walmart, simply worms. If you guys want to learn more about some more bluegill fishing videos, click right over here. And I've even got a bluegill fishing kit up on my website, and it's got all the things you need, nothing that you don't, and the QR code on the front showing you how to do it. I'll put that down first link in the description.